Ever wondered how our body fights against diseases? Well, among the frontline defenders in this never-ending battle are the B cells, also known as B lymphocytes. These microscopic warriors are an essential part of our adaptive immune system. Their primary role? To produce antibodies, specialized proteins that recognize and neutralize foreign invaders such as bacteria and viruses. But that's not all. B cells are also responsible for driving what's known as the humoral immune response. This involves producing antibodies that are secreted into the blood and lymph, where they bind to pathogens and tag them for destruction. These cells are like the body's own intelligence service, identifying threats and coordinating a targeted response. This complex process allows the immune system to remember previous invaders, enabling a faster and more efficient response if they dare to return. So, as we can see, B cells are vital warriors in our body's battle against disease. Now, where do these B cells come from, and how do they get activated? Well, let's dive into the fascinating journey of B cells. It all begins in the bone marrow, where hematopoietic stem cells, the progenitors of all blood cells, reside. Here, an intricate process known as VDJ recombination takes place. This genetic shuffling allows each B cell to create a unique B cell receptor, or BCR. This diversity is key to our immune system's ability to recognize an astonishing array of foreign invaders. After the BCR is formed, the B cells go through a rigorous selection process. Self-reactive B cells, those that could potentially attack the body's own cells, are eliminated. This quality control measure is crucial to prevent autoimmunity. The remaining B cells, now mature, then embark on a journey to the peripheral lymphoid organs, such as the lymph nodes and spleen. In these organs, B cells are on high alert, ready to spring into action when they encounter a specific antigen. The activation of B cells can occur in two ways. The first is through T-cell-dependent activation. Here, helper T cells provide additional signals to B cells, confirming the need to mount an immune response. The second mode is T-cell independent activation, where B cells can be directly activated by repetitive antigens. Upon activation, B cells undergo rapid proliferation, creating clones of themselves. They then differentiate into two major types of cells: plasma cells, which secrete antibodies to neutralize the foreign invaders, and memory B cells, which provide long-lasting immunity by quickly responding to any future encounters with the same antigen. So, from their birth in the bone marrow to their activation in the lymphoid organs, B cells are constantly preparing for battle. And that's the beauty of our immune system, ever vigilant and always ready to defend us. But what happens after a B cell is activated? Well, the story doesn't end there. The activated B cells embark on another journey, differentiating into either antibody-secreting plasma cells or long-lived memory B cells. Let's dive into the world of plasma cells first. These are the terminally differentiated B cells that have one major job: to churn out antibodies. And they're incredibly good at it. They function like microscopic factories, producing large quantities of antibodies to fight off invaders. But not all plasma cells are created equal. There are short-lived plasma cells that primarily produce immunoglobulin M, also known as IgM. This is the first type of antibody deployed to fight new infections. On the other hand, we have the long-lived plasma cells. These are a bit more specialized. They undergo a process called affinity maturation and class switching. This allows them to produce higher affinity antibodies of different classes, such as immunoglobulin G, A, or E. These antibodies are more specific and effective in their attack, ensuring that the same invader doesn't stand a chance in future encounters. Now, let's turn our attention to the memory B cells. These are the guardians of our immune history. They're long-lived cells that stand at the ready, prepared to respond rapidly to subsequent encounters with the same antigen. They hold a wealth of information about past infections, providing a robust and rapid antibody response when the same intruder tries to strike again. These memory B cells express class-switch surface immunoglobulins, which means they've already undergone the process of class switching we discussed earlier. This makes them poised and ready to differentiate into plasma cells upon re-exposure to the antigen. In essence, whether they become plasma cells or memory B cells, activated B cells continue to play a crucial role in our immune response. They either turn into antibody-producing machines or keep a record of past attacks to quickly mobilize a defense in case of a repeated threat. They are the unsung heroes in our bodies, tirelessly working to keep us safe from disease. However, not all is smooth sailing in the world of B cells. Like any other biological system, B cells can malfunction too, leading to a range of disorders. Let's delve into a few examples. Autoimmune diseases, such as systemic lupus erythematosus, occur when self-reactive B cells produce autoantibodies that turn against the body's own tissues. Then we have hypersensitivities, like allergies, where there's excessive or inappropriate antibody production against seemingly harmless antigens. In cases of immunodeficiencies, such as X-linked agammaglobulinemia, we see impaired B cell development or function, which unfortunately leads to increased susceptibility to infections. Lastly, let's talk about B cell malignancies, including lymphomas and leukemias, which are the result of uncontrolled proliferation of abnormal B cells. Despite these potential issues, the importance of B cells in our immune system cannot be overstated. They remain a crucial part of our body's defenses, working tirelessly to keep us healthy and safe. So let's take a moment to appreciate our B cells. These microscopic warriors are a vital part of our adaptive immune response. They develop and activate in our bone marrow, then migrate to peripheral lymphoid organs ready to defend our bodies. When they encounter specific antigens, they spring into action, proliferating and differentiating into plasma cells and memory B cells. Plasma cells are the body's antibody factories, while memory B cells are the keepers of our immunological past, ready to respond swiftly upon re-exposure to familiar antigens. Understanding B cells is not just an academic exercise. It's crucial in our fight against autoimmune diseases, hypersensitivities, immunodeficiencies, and B cell malignancies. Their vital role in our immune response, their development, and their ability to transform are all keys to advancing our knowledge and developing effective therapies. Remember, every time you recover from a disease, you have your B cells to thank. Keep learning, keep exploring, and until next time, stay curious about the amazing world of our immune system.